I spent $100,000 on this abandoned property to build a homestead. I will have 6 months to complete this task before winter hits. Will I be able to do it or will I fail? Stay tuned and find out. And if you guys are enjoying this content, like and subscribe. Well guys, it's been a few days here at the homestead and I ended up paying $4,500 and we bought a couple of things. So I ended up getting this log fork for our tractor, which is going to come in handy. We got a plow. And we got a seeder. Oh, and I got this fuel tank off Ricky. Anyways, my plan now is to actually build a field. And we got a lot of land right here. So I'm going to cut down a couple of trees and we're going to plow it. And hopefully we can get something planted. I know it's September, so that means we don't really have a lot of options of what we can plant. So I'm thinking I'm going to do wheat. Oh, and I got to find a way to fill this tank. But I'm going to head over to the sawmill and grab a log trailer. Anyways, I'm just pulling up to the sawmill and this trailer is massive. I sure hope my truck can tow it. Yeah, this don't look the best. Anyways, let's go back to the property so we can cut these trees down. I mean, we do have a log trailer and there's a bunch of logs right here. We could make some serious money if we took them. But I can't do that to Farmer John. He do give us work. And after driving for 40 minutes, we are finally back to our property. So my plan right now is to cut down enough trees to fill this trailer. Which might not be the smartest idea because this is the only truck we have and if we beat it up, we're stuck here. So I'm going to put the truck here for now. It should be good. Anyway, let's grab our chainsaw and we'll go cut these trees down. There's about 40 trees we actually got to cut down. So here goes the first of many trees we got to cut down. Timber. Alright, so 39 more to go. So it's been about 4 hours and we got all the trees cut down and de-limbed. But I think I'm going to cut them a little bit longer where we got a tractor with log forks so we can load this trailer. It don't matter how heavy the logs are. Alright, so we got that done and it took me a lot longer than I thought. But we only got a couple more hours of daylight, so I better go grab the tractor and load this trailer. So these log forks I actually bought off a neighbor about 30 minutes away from me. He's actually retiring and he wants to leave this area, so he sold everything very cheap. He do have another thing I want, but I didn't have the money to actually buy it at the time. So when I sell these logs, I should have more than enough to actually buy his cultivator. And we should be one step closer to actually having an off-grid farm. Alright, so let's get this truck backed over. And guys, I'm really no good at driving these trailers with the axle like this. This is going to be so hard to do. We'll just take our time and hopefully we can get it. It may take me an hour, but we'll get it. Let's try to straighten it up so it's a little bit easier. Oh, this is so hard. Next time I won't pull in head on. We'll find a spot where we can actually turn around. Finally, we can get these logs loaded. It only took me about 20 minutes to get the trailer over here, but better late than never. So we got about 2 hours before Ricky's actually leaving the sawmill, and that don't leave us with a lot of time to load this trailer, so I better be quick. And here goes the very first log. I don't know how many we actually need to put on this trailer to fill it up, but we're gonna make sure it's full. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes now, and I got the trailer about halfway full. I'm starting to get a hang of it, but I'm still a bit rough on the control, so it's taking a little bit longer, but we'll manage. So I got the trailer pretty much full. I'm gonna see if I can fit at least one more log on, and I'm hoping it's not too much. And I'm just realizing this ground here is pretty wet, and we're parked here with a loaded log trailer with a pickup truck. I sure hope we can get out. But anyways, I think we got enough logs on, so let's park this, strap everything down, and we'll hop in the truck and head to the sawmill. Yeah, this is a lot of weight for this truck. We almost got stuck once, but I think we should be pretty good now if we stay on the main road. Now, I did realize the brakes on the trailer aren't that good, and the ones on the truck, they're not really that good either, so hopefully there's no big hills, or we're gonna end up in the woods. Well, further in the woods. Okay, so I'm about halfway there and okay, never mind. Oh, we're fishtailing. Okay. Keep it on the road. Okay, so that was actually really bad. It could have been a lot worse. I almost had to go back to the house and change my clothes. Anyways, I'm just pulling up to the sawmill and I can see Ricky's not here. We just missed him. So I guess I'll leave the trailer in the middle and give him a quick call so we can get paid. Alright, so we just made $4,500 off these logs, which is a nice bit of money. It's going to help us out a lot. So when I get back to the house, I'm going to call the neighbor and see if he can drop that off. Anyways, I'm back at the property and I was talking to the neighbor. He's going to drop it off tomorrow. So for right now, I'm going to grab the tractor, we're going to put the plow on, and we're going to get to work. I'm just hoping the soil's good and there's no major rocks in our way for this field. I actually bought this plow and the seeder off Farmer John. I got it for a good deal. We ended up paying $3,000 for it. So the equipment is a bit older, but I think it'll be perfect for what we're using it for. At least for this year anyway. Probably in a year or two, when we actually get this more developed, we might have more fields. But for right now, the size of farm we're having having, this is the perfect size. Anyways, let's get to plowing. We're going to try right here first. I'm hoping this tractor is big enough. It should have enough power. Okay, everything seems to be good. The ground actually looks alright. There is a few stones in it. Now, I wish we could afford a stone picker, but we definitely can't. Farmer John do have one, so if we ever need one, we can get a loan of his. Well, I don't think that was too bad for our very first pass. Let's try another one. Now, I am noticing this ground is really wet. We might have to let it dry out for a couple of days before we actually cultivate it and plant some seeds. I was thinking about doing the field half barley and half wheat, but I think I'm just going to go all wheat this time, just to see if we can actually get something to grow here. Next year I will end up doing 3 to 4 different types of crop if all goes well this year. And I might actually do a hay field somewhere on this property. We're going to have to clear out a couple more spots obviously for some fields. Now I'm not going to do massive fields because my plan is to pretty much just have it for me. I will end up selling some of the crop, but it's just too far away to actually make it profitable unless I sell it to neighbors. Which reminds me, the neighbor I actually bought the log forks off, he got some pigs he's getting rid of next week, so I guess we might get some pigs. Now we gotta build an enclosure first, so that means we're gonna have to cut down more logs and bring it to the sawmill. Anyways, it's been 3 hours and we finally almost got this field done. I got one more pass to do and I'm starting to struggle a bit now. I guess we're into harder ground. I'm just hoping the soil will be good enough to actually plant some crop and that I didn't just waste a bunch of money on equipment that's no good for me. Alright, so I'm just doing the last pass now and I just got off the phone with my neighbor and he's unable to bring our cultivator up today, and I'm not really too concerned about it for the fact that I want to let this ground dry for a couple of days. It is very wet. The tractor's starting to get stuck on it and I just think a couple of days with sun will help out. Also, I have a lot of chores around the property I can do in the meantime, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, it's been a few days and the field's actually drying out pretty good. Our neighbor should be here later on today with our cultivator, but I've been going around the property and checking it out, seeing where I could put stuff in the future, and I kind of found something. So not even 5 minutes from the house, there's actually a pond on our property, which I didn't know about, and it's actually a good size, so in the future we might put something down here. There's also a creek running into it and there's a lot of water, which I could be filling up my water trailer down here. So I think in the future I'm going to try to build a road up through here, and it's actually a straight run to the house, so it should be pretty easy. So my plan was to actually put the garage where the tractor is, but I think I might move it over here just so I could put the road over here and have a straight run to the pond without any turns. Anyways, I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm going to run to the house and grab something to eat, and I'm going to send the neighbor his money. Some food for Lily, and guys, I end up paying $2,500 to our neighbor. It is a bit more than I wanted to spend, but I'm ready to start planting, so I need to cultivate the field before I can actually plant. And it was actually the only one for sale that was pretty close to me and that could be delivered, so I can't complain. It is super old, but it's in good shape. Anyways, let's get it hooked up to the tractor. We're running out of daylight and I still gotta go to town at some point so we can get some seed. Well, here goes nothing. Our very first pass. Okay, so it seems to be the ground dried out a nice bit, so it was a good thing we couldn't get this till today because I would have had the tractor stuck. But we need to get this done pretty quick so we can actually put seed in the ground. It is September the 4th. We're getting pretty late in the season and I got other stuff I gotta do. I promised I would help Ricky with that property, so he wants to do that very soon. And I can't say no because I need the money to buy a solar panel, because right now we're using a generator and I want to be completely off grid by winter, and the gas for the generator is starting to add up. Anyways, I've been doing this for a couple hours now. It's getting pretty late and we're about halfway done. I was hoping I was going to get this done today for the fact that I gotta run to town and it's about a 2-hour drive each way, so I don't know if we're going to be able to unless I can get this done within an hour. And I'm finally on the last pass and we still got a bit of time, so I guess we might run to town. I just gotta make sure I take my gas cans and a couple other things we can get filled up while we're in town. Yes, I finally got it done. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna park the tractor. We're gonna hop in our truck. Okay, so I got the tractor parked. We got the seeder ready to go for tomorrow morning. We just gotta go to town and get the seed. Now I'm gonna put the gas cans in back of the truck with the propane tank and we'll get that filled up. Yeah, so there's actually a lot of stones in this field. I'm hoping it's not gonna affect our yield too much, but I just don't have one, and Farmer John got one, but he's too far away. It would delay us too much, so it is what it is at this point. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow.